All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and cut the music here. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to your favorite WMMA podcast, hashtag CB99 Talks, episode 171. What's going on, y'all? I'm live again. We back. Still got some things I want to talk about. Been a crazy weekend, you know, good weekend. Back again. But yeah, what's going on, y'all? Joshua, what's up? He said good evening. Lolita, yo, what's up? George Handler George Handler says it's been a long year, and we ain't done yet. We are not done yet. Six, what's up? And Paul, what's going on, man? What's up, y'all? Back again, man. Few fights I want to talk about. I want to just run it back and speak on this past weekend. There was other stuff going on too. Not just besides the UFC. So I want to jump back on this mic and kind of talk about some other fighters. So yeah, what's up, y'all? What's going on, Tiago? What's up, man? Yeah, here we are, and new, and new. I know a lot of people didn't want to see this, but hey, I had to put it up here. And it's kind of hard to find a picture with Valentina with her belt. Like it's almost like the UFC didn't really snap any shots of her to put up, to show that she is the new champion. So maybe in a way the UFC wasn't really wanting her to get that belt back, but hey, she got it. She got it and new, right? And that's what it is for me. I'm just, you know, the type of guy that wants to see a good fight. Uh and if it's not like the most exciting fight, fine. I like to see what a fighter is able to do, man. I like to see a fighter rise to the occasion and do their thing. Does it have to be cinematic all the time? Not really. I just want to see somebody who's been on the top for a long time get redemption. That's all. Sometimes I'm feeling that way. Sometimes I'm like, okay, now it's time for new blood or whatever. Yep, James, back on top. Back on top now. There's nothing else to say. Get with Candy. What's up? How you been? How you been? Lolita said haven't been here since yesterday. Who you? You weren't? Yeah. I was here. We were here yesterday. We was all here. Uh Six said because they didn't want to. Yeah, they didn't want to. They didn't want to. That's how I feel. They feel like they didn't want to see her back on top. But what you gonna do? What are you gonna do, man? Colostrum, what's up, man? He got some good news in here. I'm gonna have to push that to the side. We're gonna talk about that. That's some Tatiana versus Verna. Oh boy. If that's real, I'm nervous. I'm gonna be nervous. They rescheduled that. If that is real, I'm nervous. That sounds like it's gonna be crazy, y'all. Mm, mm. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up right now. Okay, got about 15 y'all here. Make sure you hit the like button. Yeah, I want to talk about some WMMA this past weekend. A couple of things that I feel like went under the radar. I got to recommend some fights for y'all. Got to recommend some stuff for y'all. Hold on here. Okay. So yeah, good weekend. Valentina got the belt back. Norma Dumont. We're gonna talk about her because I want to pull up the rankings too. Ketlen Souza, I want to jump on that a little bit. But just in case y'all missed, man, let's get into this, man. This was a good fight. Bellator San Diego was this past weekend. It was kind of early. About five, I think it was like 5:30. The main event came on, which most of y'all already know who Leah McCourt is. Hardcore fans, they know who Leah McCourt. And I'm not a Leah McCourt hater, but I was never really like high on her skill set. Like I never really saw, like, I just never saw what was in her. But I had to give her credit when she beat some UFC veterans. She did beat a UFC veteran, but still, I wasn't seeing like this high level grappling or high level striking. Like when Janae Harding kind of slipped up in that fight and fell into a submission by Leah McCourt, I still really wasn't sold. Yeah. Then Sarah McMahon lost to her. Just little things like that. But I still didn't really feel it like that. I know she had beat some people, put herself in a position to be next for Cyborg, but that was just kind of like, who else is there, right? There really wasn't anybody else. Sarah Collins, man, like again, I'm not one to overrate a fighter, overhype a fighter, but Sarah Collins, I've been watching her and I was like, this girl's got that energy, man. Like between her and what's her name, Michelle Montague, another, both from Australia. That's the crazy part. Both of these girls, Michelle Montague and Sarah Collins, both from Australia. You know, they some heavy, high explosive grapplers, and they some tough fighters. You know, so when I saw this girl right here, who was 5-0 coming into the fight, and I saw how she, you know, just been going in and blasting girls. I know her last fight against Sinead Connor. I mean, not Sinead O'Connor, Sinead Kavanaugh. Sinead Kavanaugh wasn't like the most explosive fight. You know, it was like a split, real close. I said, you know what? I think Sarah Collins going to go in here and do something big. And she did, man. And that's the crazy part. Like, it wasn't just this submission here, how she set it up. Like, she just didn't use her grappling, like her striking. Like Sarah Collins was poised in there. Sarah was on her toes, you know, her southpaw stance. She was leading with those low kicks and solid jabs. You know, her right hook was on point in this, and this was all in the first round. Like, you could see like the level of striking for Sarah Collins, like a higher level of striking. And Leah McCourt, I believe she like what, 11, 12 fights deep. I know I saw her get outboxed. She got beat by Sarah Collins. But before that, she got beat by, you know, Kat Zingano. She beat Sarah McMahon, right? Yeah, she beat Sarah McMahon and lost to Kat Zingano. And she had lost to Sinead Kavanaugh. And in that fight, yeah, she kind of got exposed as far as her hand game. And in this one, again, she looked kind of lazy, man. So looking at this fight and just seeing like the stance, you know, Sarah Collins, right from the jump, she was leading the dance with her low kicks and her right hand lead, and just amateur mistake on Leah McCourt, just stepping in naked, you know, hands down, boom. She got dropped hard with the right hand, and she was out. Like, she was out. Like, when she ate that right hook, she was out on the way down. I mean, had Sarah Collins land maybe like a couple more shots, she probably could have got her out of there. But Sarah Collins just went in for this choke. Really good grappling, you know, really good transition to this girl's back, man. Leah McCourt was trying to defend it, but there was just no way. This girl's too strong and explosive. That's why I said Leah McCourt is big. You know, she's big, and she has some strength, but Sarah, you know, I feel like being a much smaller fighter kind of forces her to really work on her strength and conditioning, you know, not just be big and, you know, muscular. She's explosive like that. So I was impressed with that. Good finish, man. She tapped, man. She didn't do like Yasmin Harigi. You know, she said, I'm tapping. She wasn't trying to go out. Good action, man, for just one round. Yeah. Leah got toyed with, man. Close from Leah really got toyed with. I mean, I thought her level of striking may have stepped up, but the way she just stepped in and ate that shot and got dropped, that was almost kind of embarrassing. And then the way she got out grappled and, you know, submitted, she was just groggy. So when they announced the winner, they said now number one contender, Sarah Collins. So I guess that means she's moving on to, you know, fight for that belt, which I can't get mad at, but, you know, that means she's gonna be up in there with the Chris Cyborg. I like Sarah Collins, but, you know, that's a different story, you know, so hopefully she's gonna be prepared for that. I mean, what do you think, Colostrum? Do you think they give Sarah Collins another fight or two? They named her as number one, or do you think they're gonna go ahead and put her in there? Josh said the Sarah McMahon still fight. I'm not sure. I know she moved over here, got a good deal with Bellator, but I'm not sure if she's gonna stay in. I'm not sure. Same with Kat Zingano. I'm not sure. Yeah, Chris Cyborg, Josh, that's gonna be a different thing. Like, I'm happy to see Sarah get the win. Like, that's why I wish this division was a little bit more filled out. I wish featherweight. I wish the UFC had a featherweight division. I wish Bellator had a featherweight division that was just a little bit bigger. That way they could fight more. Because you see flyweight over here, you got to fight 5, 6, 7 fights before you get a title shot. But over here, fight 1 or 2 people, boom, you get a title shot. And that kind of rushes you into the cage with somebody with a lot of experience, you know? So that's just a different story. I hope she can prepare for that one. You know, it's not going to be easy. maybe Kat comes back and they give her a fight with her or something somewhere she can get some work. Michelle Montague, I'm gonna keep an eye on. I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I'm gonna keep an eye on Michelle Montague as well. She's more into the PFL banner, but with them being PFL and Bellator, I'm sure they could cross over. But I like both of them actually. So that's one y'all got to check out. That was a good fight, man. That was a good one. I mean, you can find it. It's like just watch the highlights. Watch the highlights on YouTube. They posted it up. It's one round. Everything you need to see is in that highlight reel they put on the Bellator channel. They should just put up the whole fight. Shoot, let you see how it was set up. I don't know about y'all, man, but WMMA been getting a lot of finishes lately. A lot of the women are turning it up, so we can't be mad. Can't be really saying a lot of boring fights have been put on. I haven't seen any boring fights yet. Like it's been a while since I've seen I won't say a while, but the past few weekends have been like good fights. Hey, Air Mike, what's up, man? What's up, James? James over speaking French, I guess. Yeah, I haven't seen a bad fight yet. Let me see the past 3 weeks, which brings me to if y'all ain't seen the Contender series, man, y'all need to watch this too, man. Like tonight, there's no women fighting. Tonight, there's no women. There's no women tonight. So go back and check out the last couple weeks. Watch this girl right here, Eunice Dubin, and Nicole Cagliari. Both in the flyweight division. Both just got signed. So it's another sign of some good things that come for 125. I mean, of course, we got to see what they offer, but they both came in and put on a show. Both got first round finishes. You got Dubin, first round knockout. Beautiful first round knockout over Shannon Clark. That was upsetting a little bit. I was hoping that Shannon Clark would come through. Cagliari beat, what's the name? Corinne Leframbois, the French fighter, by submission. More finishes from the ladies so far than we got last year. I mean, there was some good fights last year. Girls got signed. What was her name? Ernesta Karatsky and Carly Giudice. They got signed last year for a draw. It was a good explosive fight. But these girls right here, they're getting finishes, man. They are getting finishes, and that's what I like to see. You got to come in there and get a finish. That's what Dana White wants. Soon as Dubin got that knockout, Dana was out of his seat. Like, he was like, hey, you ain't even got to come to the back, or you ain't even got to sit in the back and wait. He was like, you got your contract right there, because she was like, what, a plus 900 underdog too? Shannon Clark, LFA champion, big, strong fighter. Dubin put her out just like that. That's what he likes to see. Make his job easier. Cagliari, she dealt with some pressure. She had some good striking in her fight. But when it went to the ground, she showcased good grappling too, good wrestling, a little bit of everything in that first round as Leframbois kept pressing her, trying to make like a clinch type of fight. She was making moves in there, physically stronger, landing better shots. And then she found Leframbois sleeping in her guard and got her submitted. So I like what they're doing. They took advantage of what they saw. Air Mike, I mean, it could possibly be, but as far as getting signed, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Like moving forward, I'm not sure, like I said, if she'll be a threat because there's still a lot of good, dangerous fighters at 125, but her getting exposed, I don't know. Could happen. Could. Outside of the knockout, we didn't see much, and she just set it up. She took advantage of it, much like she took advantage of that opportunity to get it. So doing what they do to get the contract, that's what you want to see. Yo, Marcus, what's up, man? Let me ask Marcus Bell, since you're here, man, like, who do you think would be the more promising fighter out of these two? Like, who do y'all think is a more promising fighter out of these two flyweights that just got signed recently? No, it's a little early to tell. She just, Dubin landed a beautiful punch. I'm not sure she'll be able to do that to everybody. You definitely got to factor in leaky defense, but Let's see. We got one who's got decent grappling, pretty big. I mean, look at Cagliari's guns, man. That girl is huge. Who would you say? Josh said, "Can you put Grasso?" What about Grasso? Oh, we ain't talking about Grasso yet. Six said Kong is the most promising. Oh, we ain't even talking about Kong. Six gonna find a way to work her in. Six gonna find a way to work her in there, man. Josh said, "Who are these?" These are two fighters you gotta look at. I know you were watching Lisa Karaku, but these two just got signed. These two, they did what they were supposed to do to get signed, man. These girls right here, man. That's what I'm saying. You got to put in that work and win Dana over. See, Lisa Karaku, she had her chance on the road to the UFC. You know, she had to come in there and score a big knockout, but that's what they did. That's how you get it. Yeah, Six laughing because I said Six gonna work it in there somehow. But we need that, man. You know, I'm gonna put them three in like not a triple threat, but I'm just saying like there's some fighters that you probably gotta watch out for. And you know, I'm gonna throw four in there. If Dakota Ditcheva if she gets by her opponent, then you got. If Dakota gets by Tyler Santos, then that's part of your new age right there. That's part of your new age of flyweight's going to come up. I'm not saying they fighting Valentina, but they'll probably get signed. See, that's my thing. I'm talking about doing enough to get signed. I'm not saying any of these fighters are championship worthy or anything like that. I'm not saying Cagliari. I'm not saying Dubin is top 5 material. I'm just saying they got signed. They knew how to get signed. There's a difference. That's what we're talking about. They just got signed. But Dakota might actually look promising to be like a top 15 or top 10 if she can handle Tyler Santos. Yeah, Mark said Wayne Kong could be promising, but for me, just like Karine and Natalia, Kong will have to show more. Oh, yeah, most definitely. But not really talking about Kong, Marcus. What about it, these two? Air might said Cagliari seems much more promising. That from boy was no joke. Yeah. I would say Cagliari actually showed a few different levels in the fight. She actually showed a few different levels in the fight that could make you say, okay, she had to strike, she had to wrestle. Okay, Josh said Nicole as well. Okay, yeah. The Dubin knockout was just there. Like, I can't say she won me over as a fighter like that, but yeah, she just scored a big knockout, you know. Let me see here. Lolita said Kong versus Karine. Hey, I mean, Wayne Kong won a top 15 fighter. Why didn't she call out Karine Silva? I mean, Karine Silva's fighting Viviana Araujo next, but why didn't Kong call her out? You know, Kong called out Casey O'Neill. Casey O'Neill answered back. You know, she did reply back to it. But, you know, if you really want to test, you know, call out any of them girls at the bottom of the top. Everybody calling out Casey O'Neill like that. But hey, Josh said maybe Jenna Bishop. Yeah, Jenna Bishop. I still think Jenna Bishop has some promise to her, man. Like, but then again, you know, I understand at that age, 38, it could be a problem, you know. It could be a problem to get to that point. Jenna Bishop, could she be a Bellator champ? Probably, you know. Could she get a belt there at PFL once Dakota leaves? Sure. But it's going to be a problem right now. James said, what Casey replied to Kong? If you go back and look at Ariel Helwani, he did a show on, I want to say Friday. Casey O'Neill said, Lauren Murphy called me out and she was like, I'll fight Lauren Murphy. You know, I like to retire fighters. You know, she was referring to Roxy. So she said she would retire Lauren Murphy. And then she said, you know, and then that Chinese girl called me out or she could get it too or something like that, you know. So yeah, she replied to both of them. So I said, okay, I give her that. Dubin knocked Shannon Clark out, a fighter with little striking technique nor defense. I'm still waiting for more to be convinced. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. Yeah, like who do you always see? Yeah, so Dubin definitely did what she was supposed to do, but yeah, got to see a little bit more. I think when she gets into the UFC, you can see once they put her in there, even like a Luana Carolina, let's see what that footwork looks like. Let's see how she moves. Let's see how the defense looks like. Man, Shannon Clark, man, that was upsetting, man. Like, that was upsetting how she took that approach. It was for real. For real, for real. All right. So moving on from this, y'all got something else to see. Marcus said Dubin also can be promising, but only time will tell. Yeah, I think so. Calirari, I think that, once you see a little bit more like of a grappling base, once you've seen her on the ground, that can kind of give you some things to work with. Even striking, you saw a little bit of all that in one round. But yeah, you never know what Dubin. You never know what she's capable of. That's 5 finishes in her 6-fight career. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. All right, I'm looking at the rankings here. I want to talk a little bit about the rankings. The strawweight ranking first here. As I pull this up, let me read what y'all saying. Close said, I remember Casey turned down Kareem, and they were next to each other in the rankings. Ooh, okay. Everybody says Shannon Clark is an athletic specimen. Nicole Calirari too, except she has actual technique and more levels. Yes, I agree with that, Everybody. There you go. That's what you're hitting on the head. Calirari, she's pumped. She's big. She's kind of strong, but there was some technique in her hands too. Like when she was hitting Lafremboise with some shots, like that right hand off the cage, and her cage control, how she was turning Lafremboise. Yeah, I like that. It wasn't just straight up bulldog strength. Clark went in there just trying to bulldoze through, and it don't work like that. It really don't work like that. Josh said they should do Lisa versus Shannon Clark. Yeah, they could do that. They could do that now. Lisa go over to LFA because Shannon still got the LFA belt. That would answer some questions. All right, so Ketlen Souza took out my girl Yasmin, man, in big fashion. What does that do for Ketlen Souza? Well, puts her on the map definitely, but I'm just double checking to see if they tried to rank her. Now, she doesn't deserve to be ranked yet. Okay, so Zama said Calirari is small. She needs to return to strawweight. Them big arms, man, I don't know if she need to be a strawweight. That's a lot of muscle to lose. I don't think so. Everybody said Yasmin. Yeah, Yasmin, man. Yeah, real quick with Yasmin, I just think, Yasmin's she's on a mission. Like, she's got to go on a mission, like a mental, spiritual type mission about how she's approaching this fight thing, man. Like, psychological mission, because part of Yasmin is still trying to fight these wars. She wants to go in there and prove that she can bang. And sometimes you just can't, man. Like, you just really can't. Like, heart wants to put on a war, but your chin says something different. That means, hey, let's change up our style. If you really want to be a fighter and you want to progress and you want to build a legacy and not just be a fighter, you got to do something different. But moving forward with Ketlen Souza, man, like, Ketlen did some good things in there, man. How she was turning her punches over. It wasn't really like a fluke type of knockout. The way she set it up was there. Of course, the way the knockdown came and the finish came, definitely have to say bad defense as well with Yasmin. But had she not had that technique on how she turned her punch over too, Ketlen Souza turned that shot over. She turned that left hook over right in. It was almost like one of them Triple G punches. How he turns his right hand over, the way she turned that left hook over into the jaw of Yasmin and put her down. It was a good technique. And some of these Brazilian people, Brazilian girls, and Brazilian guys, like the way they throw them punches on the inside, you can't play around like that. You can't stay on the inside and play around like that. Let me look at the ranking here real quick because I want to see who would be a good fight for. Let's see, women's strawweight rankings. All right. Because that was a good win for Ketlen, but at the same time, I still think there's work to be done. I like what she's doing. I just don't see that Yasmin Lucindo level in her yet. Yeah, that mix up of tools. With what Ketlen was able to do, there's fighters like Loma. Loma's got the experience. Let me see. Poliana Viana, there's not really much. I would pick Ketlen Souza. That's a bad matchup, right? That don't do that to Poliana Viana, right? Poliana Viana would get washed, right, by Ketlen Souza at this point in her career. What do y'all think? That's bad, right? Everybody say Yasmin is so young and athletic, technically sound and full of potential. She needs to take the necessary measurements to improve her strategy. Yeah, I think I won't say she's technically sound. Young and athletic, yes, but I wouldn't say she's like technically sound because staying in the pocket too long, she throws nice combinations, but stays in there too long, and I just don't see like a good exit for her, straight back, hands down. Some of those little technical things just she's lacking. She kind of uses her speed too much, but I think there needs to be more of a push towards wrestling on the inside, being like more like a wrestler and clinch fighting on the inside to avoid heavy shots, or striking from the outside, and picking either of those two, doing both of those two. But mid-range fighting don't really do it for her. In the pocket, that's not really for her. I don't see her career lasting if she fights that way. Why you think Wei Li? Wei Li been banging. When Wei Li was banging on the outside with Joanna, Wei Li banging on the outside, and she took a heavy shot from Lemos pretty well. She took them Jianan shots. Shoot, she had to revert back to wrestling. Wrestling's probably been the safest thing for her to save her chin. But that's why I hate to see Yasmin get to that point right now. Yasmin too young for that. Yasmin's too young to be fighting like that. Yasmin can't be up in there, trading like that. That's two brutal finishes in her career already. One was a clean knockout. This one was a clean knockdown and a choke till you pass out. Those are bad. Real bad. Oh, Pujo. Yeah, Paul. Yeah, Ketlen Souza versus Pujo Tomar. Yeah, I was looking for a new name, man. I was like, who else is up here? What about Jessica Panay? What about Jessica Panay? Is that gonna work? Nah, I can't do that. I would say give her somebody like, Molly McCann, to put her name out there. But if you're talking like skills, maybe somebody high pace like Pujo Tomar. Pujo Tomar is a name. Victoria Dudakova. And who did I say earlier? Yeah, Loma. Experience-wise, Loma. Loma is good. Loma's good. That's a good one. Who else? Yeah, any of those three names a name. I'd like to see her fight somebody like that. Josephine Newton, she got a fight lined up already, so won't say her. But yeah, Ketlen Souza just kind of got more of that brawling style. She's got a ground game too, but I just want to see how she adjusts and adapts to somebody with better skills. Panay is fighting Elise Reed. Oh, okay. Man, see, some of these fights, they go under the radar. Panay is fighting Elise Reed. Everybody says slight delay, my Wi-Fi connection shut down. All right, no problem. He said, I may be biased, but I think Yasmin would soundly win a rematch against Ketlen with the right management of distance. No, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible, Airmite. It's definitely possible. We don't know. Like, she started off okay. Have you make more adjustments in a fight and avoid the big shots? Yeah. Like, she had the I think she had the speed and strategy down for a little while, but she just got caught. She just got caught in there. Let me see. Claude, what's up? Claude said, does Rose beat Aaron? Yeah, I think so. I think she has the ability to do it. I think Aaron gonna really have to work hard. Anything can happen. I think if Aaron's able to stick out a more physical style, close the distance, which is asking a lot against somebody with tricky feet. I mean, to be real, I would like for Erin to win just because, you know, she's younger and she's new and fresh. But, you know, with this new Rose too, I can't knock Rose. Like, I would like to see Rose win. I like to see Rose win because I've never seen Rose this consistent in a while. But when we talking like just pure skills and looking from the outside, yeah, Rose could definitely win. There's nothing like I can say like Rose hasn't. Honestly, like I don't think Erin is bringing anything Rose hasn't seen before. Like, let's just be real. Erin's not bringing anything Rose hasn't seen before. The question is, even if she's seen it, can she blind her with it? All right. So that's just how I see it with that. Bluebird said Yasmin needs Trevor Whitman. Yeah, she needs somebody that can bring some technique to her. You know, she needs somebody that's going to help her push and fight smart. You know, fight smart. Ketlen, good win for her though. That's what she's got to do. All right, that's what she's got to do. You know, put on these type of matches so she can make her way up too and build her own self up. You know, because I remember when she first came in against Ketlen Vieira. Not Ketlen Vieira, but Karine Silva. You know, she had a rough start, but she's found her rhythm back in now. So she's looking all right. All right, let's look at some bantamweight stuff here. The bantamweight rankings is up. So Norma Dumont is now in the top 5, y'all, just in case y'all didn't know. Norma Dumont jumps up 3 spots from number 8 to number 5 now. So welcome to the top 5, Norma Dumont. That's right. Norma Dumont is now top 5. She is in there now with Macy Chason at number 4. Kayla Harrison, of course, at number 3. Number 2 is Ketlen Vieira. Number 1 is Pena. And, of course, the champ Rocky. So, hey, good on Norma. Norma's been working hard. She's been doing what she needs to do. And she's here now. So, Norma Dumont, yeah, Saturday, I couldn't pick against Norma because Norma's mission is to win. Norma's mission is to win. Norma, I'm going to keep saying this because sometimes you just get a vibe from a fighter when you know they're going to get a title shot or when they're fighting for a title shot. Norma was fighting for a spot for a title. You know, Norma wasn't trying to please fans. You know, she wasn't trying to please anybody. You know, people probably talked about her and said, oh, her style wasn't this, that. Like, she wasn't trying to fight. No, she was trying to win. Norma was trying to win, and she did that. There ain't no law against what Norma was doing in there. What Norma was doing. This is what I always got to say, too. Look, if Norma ain't fighting and if she ain't doing anything, you better be mad at her opponent. You better be mad at the opponent. You better be mad at Irina Aldana because Irina Aldana couldn't catch somebody or couldn't fight somebody that wasn't quote unquote fighting. You know, so Irina Aldana, she's the one y'all got to kind of get mad at here because she didn't know how to cut the cage off for some reason. She didn't go for any takedowns. You know, she didn't use her jab. She didn't know how to box in this fight. Whereas Norma stuck to a game plan and it worked. And every fight I've been seeing with Norma and even like looking at some training, like she's trying to cover all ground. So she knows what she's about to be up against. You know, she looking at Pena. She don't like Pena. She looking at Rocky. She don't like Rocky. You know, she's saying she want to fight the winner of Ketlen and Kayla. So she watching what they doing. So I like what Norma's doing right now. Air Mike, Norma dump truck. All right. Zama said Norma Pretty Boy Dumont. She made her look like, yeah, it was like a Mayweather Gotti thing, man. That was kind of sad on Irina Aldana's part again. No, Zama, we ain't using that excuse. Not this time. Not this time. Air Mike said Dumont versus Chason soon. That rematch, probably not. Probably not yet. I think where Norma is with her little win streak and where Macy is, would they do that? Let me see. With them 4 and 5, I think Norma might try to wait for the winner of the next fight. She might try to wait for the winner of Ketlen and Kayla. Honestly, I don't know if they'll give that rematch. Granted, it could be different with both of them being at 135 if they make weight, but I would prefer Norma to weight, honestly. But yeah, I like what Norma's doing now. Like, it's kind of a breath of fresh air. She's been around. Of course, she's been around longer in the UFC bantamweight division than Kayla Harrison. But between her and Kayla, they kind of bring a breath of fresh air. Some people get mad, say, "Oh, me and Kayla, she's the one. She deserves a title shot." But people low key sleeping on Norma. I know Norma been fighting at 145, but I think a lot of people sleep on Norma too. Norma's been putting in more work. Norma's been putting in more work. She's on the 5-fight win streak right now, and finally got a couple of veterans on her belt in GDR and Aldana, and now she moving further up. So she hard earned Norma hard. She earned it hard. She earned hers by working for it. She earned hers by working for it. Her top 5 spot, and I know it sucks. Look, Kayla's ranked number 3. Norma's ranked number 5. It's kind of weird, right? I mean, Kayla just beats Holly Holm. Norma beats 5 people, and she's still ranked below her. But comes down to who she fought at the time. If Holly's ranked here, then boom, they're gonna put her here. But honestly, I think that Norma's kind of got the style that might give Kayla some problems, man. I don't know. Yeah, Marcus, I don't think anybody wants to see Macy versus Dumont too. That would just be like a last resort thing, but there's some matches that can be made here. Everybody said Irina Aldana wildly let me down. She drove me insane with that boxing nerve of hers, lack of aggression. Yeah, round after round, man. Tiago said the UFC dream is Jessica to beat Pennington. It's the UFC dream is Jessica to beat Pennington. Juliana to beat Pennington. You mean? I think he means Juliana Pena. Tiago said Juliana to beat Pennington, Kayla to beat Vieta, then have Kayla defeat Juliana for the title early next year. They hope to lure Amanda out of retirement with a huge payday. And that's the thing, man. Like they can't do that, man. They can't box out Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont's on the come up. That's why I'm glad she's putting her name. She's putting her name out there and putting her name in there, bringing all these other fighters up. Bringing all these other fighters up because they're kind of boxing her out. She's here now in the top 5. Again, this ain't coming from no fanboy of Norma Dumont. I'm not like a Norma Dumont fanboy. I'm just a fan of her work, and I'm giving her respect for how she's earned it. She's now number 5. So with her being number 5, I ain't gonna knock it. Like, I ain't gonna act like she didn't do anything. So it ain't got nothing to do with trying to promote a fighter or say that. I'm just saying, like, the work she put in, she needs to be recognized for it. So give her that credit. They got to put her in that box. So if Juliana Pena wins the belt, I'm sure, they're going to let Kayla fight. Norma might have to fight the loser. Like, in reality, Norma might have to fight the loser of Kayla versus Ketlen Vieira, because Kayla's going to get the title shot. So Norma's going to have to fight one more fight, and it's going to be the loser. And if Norma beats them, then she can go on and probably fight Kayla Harrison. And let's say, Kayla holding that belt and she tries to fight Amanda Nunes or call her out. But no, like, they need to do that, man. They need to go ahead and do that. Put Norma in that mix. Don't leave her out like that. Bluebird said Norma is a solid contender and might be champion. Yeah. I'm not trying to overpromote her here, man. I'm just saying, like, she's been working. Everybody's looking at Kayla Harrison right now, but again, Kayla Harrison might meet her match with Norma. Norma got a ground game too. Norma's big. Norma might not fire off and explode all the time, but Norma's, Norma got a jab. Norma's got kicks, and she's got a good, she's got a good ground game. Wrestling against the cage, she's strong. So Kayla might meet her match with that. I think Norma Dumont has the tools that can frustrate Kayla Harrison. Nobody else in the division has that right now. Nobody else is big enough. Yeah, Zaman. Norma's takedown defense might not be much, but I think when she gets to the ground, that's where she can have some success. Like I think when she's on the ground, she could do something with it. I know you can't really give Kayla any leverage or any advantage when she's on top. That would be scary. But if Norma can keep it standing for long enough to take rounds, Norma, I think she has the style and conditioning to do it. Tay, what's up? Tay said Tatiana will be making her return December 7th. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. That's what's up. Yeah, Norma was big. Yeah, Norma's still big. Aldana was kind of big though, Claude. He said surprised how big Norma was. Aldana was looking kind of big. That's why I was like, why ain't she using her size? You know? He said Norma Dumont might be on her way to save the bantamweight division. Yeah, Rocky seems like a genuinely decent person, but she's as entertaining as drying wall paint. Yeah, I mean, Norma said the same thing, like Rocky doesn't really have like a crowd pleasing style. Hard worker, yeah, but this being the UFC, they want to they want to get that belt out of her hands. They want to get that belt out of her hands as quick as possible. So maybe that'll give Rocky some incentive to fight harder. Tay said, I think Ketlen can have the size and the strength advantage to deal with Kayla. She can have that, but Ketlen needs to wake up. Like Ketlen gets a little starstruck, and Ketlen's a kind of a pacifist sometimes. Ketlen's kind of a pacifist when she's in there. Like Ketlen, don't let it go. Ketlen is big, but she is not like scary. Ketlen just don't carry herself like a killer in there. You would think she is, just how big she looks, intimidating, but she be letting fighters off the hook, man. She be letting fighters off the hook sometimes. Sometimes, like half the time, maybe 75% of the time. Yeah, we'll be entertained with some trash talk, Claw. Yeah, for sure. Both Irina and Norma are big for 135. Yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, they both had to fight at 145 on a couple fights. Well, Norma, all her fights before the GDR fight. Is it just me or Kayla Harrison really unlikable? No, I can see that. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like Kayla Harrison. I mean, that personality, like, I know why she does it. She doesn't mind being the heel. It's an ego thing with fighters. Um, you know, she just has that personality, She just got that personality that a lot of people just aren't fans of. Like, it's starting to grow on me a little bit as far as just seeing somebody come in there and wake the division up. But I'm not really a big fan of trash talkers anyway. I never really was like that. But it's fun. Hey, BJ, what's going on, man? What's going on? He said, "Calm Bizzle chat family. What's up, Miss BJ in the house, man? We were asking about you. Somebody in the chat was asking what rock were you under, man? Wasn't me. Somebody said, what rock were you under? And new, yes, sir. So let me ask this, BJ, before we move on. BJ, do you think Norma gets a title shot? I gotta ask BJ. BJ, gotta ask my man here because it's the man with the master plan. BJ, what you think? Does Norma get it? Do you see title shot in Norma's future? Let me put it that way. Yeah, Tay, Rocky ain't gonna be champion for long. Nah, No, it's all good, BG. You ain't gotta explain nothing to nobody. Yeah, you dropped the video. You ain't gotta explain that to them, man. You ain't gotta explain that. We know what it is. Kayla Harrison has been forced WWE homegrown babyface aura. Yeah, BJ, what you think, man? Does Norma get her title shot? You said, okay, Norma should on paper get a title shot, but Ketlen deserves it if she beats Kayla. Ketlen has been there. Okay, yeah. But you do believe title shot is in her future. I'm talking about as far as what she's doing, as far as her skill sets. Yeah. And I'll ask y'all this. Tay, what you think, man? Irina Aldana, should she retire or should she continue as a gatekeeper? Josh said it should be Norma versus Kayla Harrison. I like that. I like that. I just don't see it happening now because I don't think Kayla's going to go for that right now. But yeah, I want to see that at some point. Yep, BJ said your title is in her future. Yeah, yeah, Tate. I hope Norma can make the weight. I hope Kayla can make the weight too. BJ said people are sleeping on Ketlen. Look, if Ketlen do something big in there, if Ketlen do something big, and I'm gonna give her props, but that personality, kind of letting people off the hook in there, it really hasn't been working for. Josh said everyone's sleeping on Carol Rosa. Not really. I mean, Carol Rosa, she's okay, but she's fighting to the level that she's at. I mean, that girl got some powerful leg kicks, but outside of that, she got to work on her defense too. You know, like I think that girl did some damage to Irina Aldana. Don't get me wrong. Like that was her win. Like her win was the damage she's done. Norma Lolita said Norma looked great this last time made weight. Yeah, she did. Like that's something I'll say to you. Norma, whatever plan she's on as far as her discipline, Norma Dumont looked good in there. Like she didn't look skeletal. She didn't look bad at all. And yeah, going back to my other question, yeah, Tay said Irina Aldana just might be a gatekeeper. Yeah, I personally want to see her maybe give it 2 more shots if she's going to keep fighting like this and then retire, because that facial reconstruction, yeah, it looks bad. It looked ugly. I mean, eye was swole, stitches went from the forehead down to the nose. I mean, I don't know. I didn't count the stitches, but yeah, that's some bad stitches right there. So, um, if she fights even somebody like Miesha Tate again, they're gonna be trading. Miesha Tate versus Aldana, that's gonna be another bloodbath for Cavalcanti. Like I said, if she fights somebody like Jacqueline Cavalcanti gonna put something on her. Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, Tate. I don't want to see her do like Marion Renault. I don't want to see her get hurt like that. But to me, I think she's actually taking a little bit more punishment. She's actually taking a little bit more punishment than Marion Renault. She looked real bad. And then I'm looking back at the last couple fights. So if she fights strikers like Melissa Dixon, yeah, BJ, I think so. Like between her and Miesha Tate, they're going to both touch each other up, and there's going to be a lot of blood in this fight. And she needs to kind of avoid that type of stuff now. She really does. She really does. Robot Chicken, what's going on, man? But yeah, that's where I'm at with them. I like Norma. I like what she's doing. I see title shot at some point in her future as long as she keeps fighting the way she's doing. I think Norma beats. I actually think Norma is really in no danger. Like if she has to fight another fight or two, like I think she has enough skills to beat anybody. No, Tay, we gotta see Miesha take Holly home too. We gotta see Miesha take Holly home too. All right, we gotta see that fight, and then they can go. I think do that fight, loser and winner leaves town. They both pack and leave together after that. They both call it a day after that fight. That's how they need to end it, like Kell Brook and Amir Khan or something. All right. But yeah, I just kind of flipping through here, looking at the champ again. That we got to talk about this before I get off here, or if BJ got some words, I'll let him in here in a minute if he's got some time. Yeah, and new. I mean, that's what it is, and new. Can't really be upset. Like I said, nobody can be upset. I mean, if you're gonna be upset, BJ said we don't need Holly too. Yes, we do. I'm gonna leave it at that. You can't be mad. Like, don't be mad at Valentina. You can't be mad at Valentina. She did what she was supposed to do. She said, "Hey, if I'm not gonna go down here, I'm not gonna go down this path with her anymore. Let me go ahead and pull out a couple of tools I know I have instead of trying to revamp the whole thing. Because revamping the whole thing, revamping her whole situation might have been bad for Valentina, trying to be this whole new fighter. And I didn't expect that. I didn't want Valentina to be a whole new fighter. I just wanted to, this keeps coming up. I wanted her to go back to basics. Okay. Because somebody asked me that the other day again, like, what did I think? Like, what do I think? Like, should she have changed this and that? Like, just minor changes. Like I said, stop doing the fancy stuff. Stop spinning. Don't take your eyes off Grasso. When she did in this fight, she went back to what she knew. Like, take her down, wrestle her, and that's it. And I would love to see more left hands like this. Like, I actually think had Valentina kept it standing a little bit longer, she might have dotted Grasso up a little bit more and maybe hurt Grasso in the feet. Grasso didn't look like she wanted to engage like she did in the first and second fight. Grasso's hands just didn't look solid. I mean, physically, like Grasso's hands were just kind of dropping, kind of like when she get it on the inside, her momentum would stop. I didn't really see her throwing that left hand down or kind of pulling back on her right jab too. I'm like, that's your most effective punch. Your right jab is your effective punch against Valentina. Throw that thing to the chest, right hook, boom. It just looked like she was holding back. Almost, that's why I say almost looked like Grasso. This was like what I expected Grasso to look like in the first fight. This is what I was telling BJ. Like, this is what made me hard. This was what made it hard for me to pick Grasso because she's gonna be holding back. Like that spirit that was in the other fight, first fight and the second fight. It's almost like it got sucked out of her. I'm just saying, like, going by observation, like, I ain't being mean here. I ain't being disrespectful, but listen, it was almost like that Grasso spirit that was there to get the belt. It was just sucked out of her. It was just pulled up out of her. And you were right back to, she was right back to the Grasso before, the one that proved me wrong back in March of 2023, gone, had me looking stupid. I was like, oh, snap. She done stopped Valentina, came up in there, had Valentina stumbling a little bit, rocking her, having Valentina, not wanting to exchange, then finishing her. That was all brand new, but then when I saw the second fight, same thing, had Valentina rolling. Everybody remember that, like, had Valentina rolling. They did the meme on it where she was rolling like a bowling ball. So everybody said, I thought it too, which I still think, Grasso has part of Valentina's number because it did make her have to just stick to a serious game plan. But the want, that hunger in Grasso was just like, again, sucked out of her. It was just not there. She was not there. I'm glad that she did something different in the first fight. I didn't want it to be like, oh, she goes in there and just becomes another body for Valentina in the first fight, but she kind of went back to that. She kind of went back to that in this fight, and maybe it was just a high. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it was just a high. Sometimes fighters win belts, but they don't know how to keep the belt. Cause let's be real. A draw is a draw, but it's still not a legit title defense. And then when you get the second chance to defend your belt, you lose it. So the hunger was just kind of going. It's a mixture. You fight one of the best fighters in the world that's not going to lay down. And then your hunger is also gone. The hunger is also gone. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think somebody else brought this up too. I don't want to take credit for, I can't remember, but yeah, like somebody else said too in the chat once, it's going to be hard for anybody to defend the belt multiple times. Whoever wins the belt this time is going to jump around. Whether it be Grasso, Valentina win it now, it might leave, and then Manon might win it, but then she might lose it. Like, it's really hard to guarantee when all the fighters are getting better. RC died. What's up, DAI? He said, who's Wei fighting? Well, apparently word is, I haven't looked at the news yet myself, but apparently here in the chat, y'all had said Tatiana is now fighting Verna December 7th. So that leaves Weili kind of naked right now. So she might be waiting, So I don't know. But yeah, Grasso, I don't know, man. That spirit was just sucked out of her in this fight. She just she didn't have that same want anymore. It was just like she didn't want to keep that belt. That belt, got it. That was it. Now she don't want it anymore. Because you got to change. You've got to have that defensive mind frame. Like I gotta keep this belt. I gotta keep this belt by any means necessary. That's what Valentina had. That's why she had it for so long. Because had that been in anybody else, even in the old era, like whenever, let's say Valentina wasn't in the division, had Kagan or Lauren Murphy won the belt, I don't think any of them would have defended like Valentina. Valentina's still something special. Like, I'll say that. I would say that too. Like, Valentina's still something special. She's still a special fighter because, grabs her belt back, doesn't lose any focus, and she's here, right? So I know y'all can't disagree with that. Like, y'all can't disagree with that. Like, Valentina is a special fighter. The record speaks for itself. Yeah, Tate, I'm just saying, yeah, like that's how I saw it. I just didn't see Grasso wide awake in there, and nobody to blame, except the fighter. Like, you can't blame the champion. Don't blame the champ for what they did. But that's another question too. Like, I think that was you, Paul, yesterday asking, like, what should Grasso do from here? Grasso, young, 31 years old. She didn't suffer a bad beating. A normal turnaround. I stick with that. I was thinking about that, Paul. I was thinking like a longer little layoff, but no, like she needs to just go back in the gym and train. That's all. That's all she needs to do. If you want to keep your job going and you want to stay somewhere near where you are now, I think the longer she stays away, that would be more damaging to her. She ain't suffering no bad beating in there. Like, she just got her weakness exposed. And to me, if she goes home now and watches that, she can say, wow, like, what was I doing in there? What the heck was I doing in there? This is what we need to work on. Like, she can look at it now and probably say, if I just done this, things would have been differently. Had we been drilling on this would have never happened. Had I started off like this, it might just be one of those situations. Grasso, she ain't get beat down. Like, she ain't cut. She ain't take no Irene Aldana type of beating. She ain't even take no Amanda Lemos type of beating. Amanda Lemos got hit with over 200 strikes on the ground, and Amanda Lemos came back, right? I mean, Amanda Lemos still ain't looking brand new, but Grasso is, Grasso was wrestled. She got 50-45, yeah. But she didn't take that Lemos type of beating that, Weili dished out on her. Weili got her to the ground, beating her, That's where she landed all her strikes. All them ground strikes she took. Had to be concussed. Grasso, on the other hand, man, she was just getting mauled. Grasso, she can go back to the drawing board. She's strong. She just need to work on her positioning. But no, need to work on takedown defense. Call Joanna up or somebody. Call Joanna and ask how you stay on your feet. Call Joanna. Who else has great takedown defense right now? Call up Joanna and say, hey, how you get up like this? How you get off your back? You fought Valentina. How you squirm and get off your back? That's what she needs to do, though. Like, maybe, like I said, 5 to 6 months, that's fine. But anything longer than that, nah, she got to come right back. She got to come right back and make some noise in the spring. And yeah, people will tune in. People will tune in because she can't miss this. She can't miss this opportunity again if she really wants to stick around with these other fighters. Because Rose is getting better. Aaron is still here. You got Natalia trying to break in the top 5. Of course, Manon is up for her shot. But it's a crazy division, right? It's too busy right now to try to take a break. And she ain't get beat like that. She ain't catch no serious beating, like physical beating with fists or anything. Like she looks okay. Let me see what she said on Twitter. Let me see here. Hold on. What has she said? Alexa Grasso. Yeah, releases her statement. Nothing too big, just the basic stuff. What she said. She said, "I want to thank everyone for your support. It just wasn't the night I wanted. I'll get back to training, and I promise the next fight will be much better. Love you so much." Yeah, so that sounds like somebody that just understands, hey, this is where we messed up. Get right back to training. We all know her boxing is on point. Kickboxing is fine. Those things, nothing really to change. It's really just working on her takedown and even her wrestling, her own offensive wrestling. But staying on her feet needs to be her priority if that's where she wants to be. So takedown defense. Gotta get it. Josh said Alexa got lucky with the choke in the first fight. She was losing the fight. Yeah, she was losing the fight. She found it. They study for it though. They definitely study for it because they know what Valentina likes to do. So I can't really say she got lucky. I can't really say Grasso got lucky in that first fight. It just came down to timing. But they were behind there, but that's how MMA works. That's just how MMA works. It wasn't lucky. Val definitely exposed Grasso's weak groundwork. Yeah, she did. Josh said put up Lucero Acosta. Oh man, she ain't got no fight coming up, man. Lucero Acosta. Oh, Combate girl. Oh, Combate fighter. Mastermind said, I gotta admit, Val exposed Grasso's takedown defense bad. Like, what's bad is she started off in the first fight doing that, right? She started off in the first fight taking Grasso down. Grasso stuffs a few takedowns in the fourth round as Valentina kind of tires. Second fight, she gets taken down a few times, right? You would think she would have learned from those, but by the third fight, she gets taken down every round and loses every round. Like, that's what makes it crazier. Like, it was almost like they kind of hit a plateau, man. They hit a plateau and didn't build off of that to say what weaknesses were in the first two fights. Well, your takedown defense for one, and then when you're on the ground, you're wrestling, accepting this position on your back, spending more time defending while, Valentina's piling up the ground control time. Because that was kind of embarrassing, man. Over 14 minutes. She basically controlled her for 3 rounds. That's 3 rounds, man. So yeah, I think come on back. We got like 30 people. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on back as soon as you finish soaking, and well, Grasso, I don't think they're really the type to say, oh, we blame this person and that person. But yeah, just take the time, sit it out, then say, okay, this is what we did wrong, and then do your thing. Come back March, April. That's fine to me, because what is it, September now? So let's say October, November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, March, no later than March. Natalia Silva just fought last week too. Natalia Silva, she could come back in 6 months, but with her being hungry and wanting to be a title, well, she'll probably have to wait too, because Aaron and Rose fight in November. See, Aaron and Rose fight in November. So, and we already can say Manone's going to be lined up for the title shot. So Natalia is probably going to fight Barber, maybe, or she'll wait for Grasso in the spring. That's the question. What do y'all think? Should Natalia fight Barber next in like December or wait for Grasso in the spring? I know Paul would say fight Barber. He would definitely say fight Barber. High Five, what's up? I know I saw High Five. What's going on? He said, it's either Whaley versus Grasso or Natalia. Yeah, I just pulled it up. Yeah, I just pulled it up. UFC 310. Let me share it with y'all just so y'all can see something. BJ said Grasso will be back. Yeah, I think 100% she'll be back. She'll be back. I don't think she needs some like long layoff though, but be good to make sure she's prepared. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Y'all see it, right? For some of y'all that haven't seen yet, okay, here it is. There it is. UFC 310 title eliminator. Verna Jandaroba versus Tatiana Suarez is in the works. Likely to be a women's strawweight title eliminator. Verna versus Tatiana is in the works for 310, December 7th. All right. It's in the works. It's not finalized yet, but this is one of few fights, or one of two fights that's been added. Dominique Reyes and Anthony Smith. So let me see. Jandaroba looks to extend her winning streak to 5. Can she beat Angela, Marina, Lupi? Angela, Marina, Lupi, and Amanda Lemos. Yeah, she finished Amanda Lemos. Yeah. Suarez has yet to lose as a professional. Yep, Suarez is still on her streak. She beat 2 champions in Carla and Alexa. Who else? Oh, she don't forget she beat 3 champions. Yeah. Okay, they did. Yeah, they put it up there. She beat 3 champions: Andrade, Carla, and Alexa. She beat Montana in a comeback fight, but hasn't really been, as consistent because of the injuries. So yeah, I guess they decided to kind of make it fair, like, with Jandaroba on a 4-fight win streak, and then Tatiana just kind of sitting right now and not really as active. They probably wanted to say, okay, let's let Suarez fight somebody dangerous. Let's let Suarez fight somebody dangerous, somebody even more dangerous than Montana or Andrade right now, just to see if she's really, really ready for that shot. I think that's where they were coming from. That was how they made their decision on this one. And they probably didn't want to do Verna wrong. Verna just headlined with Lemos, and Verna is on a nice little win streak. So, kind of fair. I would say it's kind of fair. I kind of like that, but yeah, who's Whaley going to fight? Whether Whaley going to take a little run at 125 right now? Is that what's going to happen? What y'all think? Let's see. Robot said, "Yo, Combo, what happened to UFC 306? All the Mexicans are getting lost. That was a failure." Hey, they thought somebody was gonna come in there and lay down. I know they want to promote the Mexican crowd, but you better give them some matchups that are willing to lose. You better pay some fighters to take L if you want to take L's, if you want the Mexicans to be promoted and look good just for this night. But this is MMA, it don't work like that. MMA, these dudes are coming. I mean, Brazilians came, cleaned it out. Kazakhstan took that belt, so it's just one of them things, man. I almost thought O'Day was about to get his victory, but he kind of was a disappointment. I thought he was about to get a knockout over Rodriguez, but at least they got that win, and Rosas got his win. James said, I think they should have booked Whaley. Yeah, I do too, but it's not a bad fight. This is not a bad fight. Because I hate that they kind of put this off, man. I hate that they kind of put this Tatiana Whaley fight off. Like, this could be her only opportunity. hopefully, you know, she makes it out of this fight. BJ said, take that share off. I always do this, man. I'm trying to share something with y'all. All right, here we go. But anyways, I have no problem with it. I have no problem with it. Granted, I would love to see Tatiana fight, and now it leaves Wei Lee without a partner, no dance partner for her. Because who else is she gonna fight? Somebody below them? That ain't gonna happen, man. Because let me see. At strawweight, I'm just entertaining this. Okay, she already beat Yan Xiaonan, beat Andrade, beat Lemos. Marina's number 6. She's fighting Lucindo. Who you gonna give her? Mackenzie Dern right now? you gonna give her Mackenzie Dern? Come on, like what's going on? Oh man, yeah, we'll see though. Marcus said it looks like UFC isn't going by what Tatiana did in 2018 for Tatiana to get a title shot. Right, right. You know it. Yeah. I'm just saying, Josh. Yeah, Mackenzie Dern, what you gonna do? Give her that fight? You know, you gonna give her the title shot right now? BJ said Dern boxes up Loopy though. Yeah, she did box up Loopy though, but she boxed up Loopy, but you know, she got knocked out by Andrade. And I don't think she's gonna do that the way Lee. Yeah, she handled Loopy, but you know, we talking like levels, man. I don't think so. If you tie Whaley's hands behind her back, Mackenzie might have a chance. Yeah. Maybe they get someone from LFA to fight. Saying there's really nobody else for her to fight now. You know, the division, I can kind of see where she's coming from. You know, she's defended her belt now a couple of times, but I honestly, it would have been mad if they just let her fight Verna or Tatiana. You know, they didn't have to go back now. I mean, it's already December. You know, it's already December. Well, you know, it's almost December. I don't know. Yeah, it's almost December now. So it's like, why? You know, why try to I don't know. I wonder how she feels about it. How does Tatiana feel about it? Whaley wouldn't escape during subs though. That's the thing. Like, man, like again, I try to ask that question. Like, who is Dern subbed as of lately? Like, who is she put in trouble of being subbed? I don't know. Like, if Marina Rodriguez can get out of Whaley subs, I think Whaley can. Yeah. But now we move on. We move on. Valentina got her belt back now. She says she's ready to try to pick up her 8th ruby. You know, that means her and Manon Fior are going to fight. That's a good fight. You know, it's a good fight, good challenging fight. There's really no bad fight for Valentina now that she's recaptured her belt. You know, let's see, they got Valentina's pound for pound number 1 again. Whaley falls to number 2, Grasso to number 3. But looking at the flyweight division, let's see. Yeah, Grasso's number 1 now. And Manon falls to number 2. So that's her next in line for the title shot, or title defense. Then you got Aaron, who's number 3, and Rose is number 5. You know, fighting probably for that next spot. I would say more so Rose is going to be locked in. Whaley versus Amanda Ebos. No, actually, Ebos is fighting Dern again. You know, they're doing the Dern rematch. I think that's in December, right? Yeah. Amanda Ebos and Mackenzie Dern, that rematch is happening in December. So they can't do that. I can see them picking Whaley Bullet after Manon if Whaley steps up to Valentina. Claus said I predict Manon Valentina in March. Probably, yeah, probably. It's not going to be in December. I don't think it'll be anything like December. They're not going to rush it. Valentina just got her belt back. They'll probably do it sometime 2025. Try to kick the year off. Maybe January, maybe February. Honestly, yeah. Whaley versus Grasso. Whaley versus Grasso. I don't know though, man. Like, if Grasso was looking like that against Valentina as far as takedowns, man, if Whaley start wrestling her, like, can she get up from Whaley, man? Can Whaley, can Grasso keep Whaley on her back? Grasso's positions, she's got enough. Well, she's had enough experience now to say, okay, this is what I got to work on. So if that was like her next fight, Whaley gonna be charged with murder if she fights Ebos. Yeah, that won't happen at this point. The flyweight rankings. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, let's see here. Present. Where's the flyweight rankings at? Okay. Flyweight rankings. Right here. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, Casey O'Neill is still ranked. Casey O'Neill is number 15. Let's see. Jazzy's number 4. Jazzy's fighting Lipsky, right? I wonder why it's not. Hold on. Oh, hold on. That's that one. I gotta show you this one. Oh, hold on. Let me show you this one. There it is. Okay. Yeah, Casey O'Neill, she's number 15 right now. Still. And Yasmin, number 14. So everything at the bottom is still the same. But yeah, there's your top 5. Rose, Macy, Aaron Manon, Alexa. Who's not lined up right now? Yeah, Tracy and Miranda Maverick are going to fight. Yeah, Aaron and Ariana. Yeah, Lipsky. I keep seeing this Silva. That's Lipsky. Lipsky and Jasmine are going to fight. Miranda's got to fight. Karina's got to fight with Viviana Rujo. Ebos is fighting Dern. Andrade just got beat by Silva. Ketlen's like the only one without an opponent. She's the only one chilling right now. Natalia just fought Rose. Rose got her opponent. Macy and Chikagan are the only ones without opponents right now, and they already fought. So yeah, Casey O'Neill was saying in her interview, like she was saying, everybody else is booked right now in the top 15. So yeah, Casey O'Neill might have to fight an unranked person again. Like JJ Aldridge, Montana. Why not, right? You could fight JJ Aldridge, Montana. Those are good names for Casey, right? Why not? I think Casey O'Neill should. Oh yeah, Veronica Hardy, right? Yeah, they got a little beef going. No, Veronica Hardy's fighting Eduardo Mora. Yeah, Eduardo Mora. I don't like that matchup. I thought Veronica Hardy was due a ranked opponent. I thought she was due a top 15 to me. I thought she was due a top 15. Veronica Hardy. So that would have been a nice one. That would have been a nice opponent. But now there's nobody taken because even yeah, Robot. I thought that would, I thought she was ready for that. But now you got Casey. She still got the ability to fight Montana, JJ. They do the Wayne Kong fight. Shoot, they might do that to her. But yeah, they got Hardy fighting Eduardo Mora, who's I thought was going to be a strawweight killer. I thought she was going to be a strawweight, but Eduardo Mora may be taking her chances and trying her, which is good. Maybe she trying it out. Since she missed weight a couple of times, that's good on Eduardo Mora. But I think they're giving Eduardo Mora too high of a. They're giving her too good of an opponent. Eduardo Mora lost to Denise Gomes, and now she get to fight a good a good experienced fighter in Veronica Hardy. Like Veronica actually deserves better to me. She deserves better. Veronica, she deserves Casey or Corinne Silva. She deserved Corinne Silva if she wanted to fight, or Ariane Lipsky. Josh said Jenna Bishop. Oh, if they signed her, if they signed her, yeah. That would be okay. Yeah. Wayne Kong will give Casey the 3-piece special, no extra charge. Shoot, yeah, it might be 1 piece. Might be 2. She'd be too full for that biscuit. She'll get that wing and thigh too stuffed. She can't take the biscuit, man. She'll be too stuffed. No, but seriously, Casey O'Neill might have to fight down. Everybody's taking. She'll have to fight down. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I don't see her beating anybody in the top 15 right now. I know BJ gonna get mad at me on that, but I'm just saying, like, what about y'all? Like, am I being mean? Like, it would be a blessing for Casey O'Neill to fight some unranked fighters right now to kind of go back. I don't see her beating anybody in the top 15, whether it be Kareem or Chikagan. I don't see it right now. I'm going down I'm just saying, Paul, I'm going down the list of names. Jasmine might be the only one, and she's just, she's gonna bring it, man. Jasmine dirty, Jasmine a dog. She nasty. I mean, she already lost this. She lost to Lipsky. Okay, Jasmine, I don't see her beating her. Okay. Who did I say? Who else is on that list? Kareem, Viviana Arujo, Silva, Ebas, Andrade. Come on, Andrade may have lost against Natalia Silva, but do you think Andrade is gonna let Casey O'Neill beat her? Am I wrong with that? I'm just saying. I'm just lining fighters up. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just lining them up. That's all I'm doing. And like, I saw her last performance. That's what I think she needs to build off of. And I think that's good, because now you got JJ's a good fight. JJ Aldridge is a good fight. I think that's a fight I would pick JJ, but if Casey O'Neill wins against JJ, that says something about how far Casey's come. If she beats Montana, that says how far she's become. Shoot, if she fought Luana Carolina, shoot, there you go. Luana Carolina just won 3 fights in a row, right? Didn't Luana Carolina just beat 3 people? Let's do Casey O'Neill versus Luana Carolina. If you can handle that type of footwork and that type of awkwardness, okay, that'll prove something. Luana Carolina don't hit hard, but she'll make you think. And I think that's what Casey O'Neill is, a thinking match. Casey O'Neill really don't need no punching fight with no Wayne Kong, really. Like, Yeah, that might be like an exposure type of fight, but she probably needs somebody that's going to give her time to think and adapt in the fight. Josh said Miranda Maverick. Yeah, Miranda Maverick. That's a good fight. I would pick Miranda. Miranda's actually fighting Tracy Cortez, but yeah. Yeah, Brian, no shade. I'm just saying, yeah, it's just, Thiago, yeah, 1,000%. Yeah. RC Day DAI said not Casey. Wayne Kong is still fighting some unranked girl at UFC Macau, according to her coach live stream. Okay. James said if she can't beat top 15 now, she'll probably never amount to anything. I don't see Casey improving by that much in the future. Okay. Robot said Andrade lost the fight, but she made her presence known. I don't think Casey can handle her. No, like that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like when I say, Andrade is beatable, that's talking about the skill set of the fighter. Like I'm talking about what the fighters have to possess, but you just can't go in there and handle Andrade. Like, Lauren Murphy, you just can't go in there like that. Mackenzie Dern thought that, I can bang with this girl. No, you learn. Shoot, I picked Mackenzie Dern too. I learned from that. I picked wrong in that. I thought Mackenzie Dern was going to do something different, like strike off the back foot, and maybe try to submit her, but she wanted to go in there and trade, man, and got whiplash. So Andrade is still Andrade. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you sleep on her, you will get slept. And you come in there thinking you can bang, and you don't have a submission game plan, yeah, you can still get slept in that type of fight. And I don't know, man. I don't know. One thing that just kind of threw me off with Casey O'Neill is when she said, "I like to get hit." So that don't sound good. I like to get hit. No, like I don't. Yeah, I take a punch. I don't like to get hit. High Five said Grasso versus Valentina 3.0 was lame. Aldana normal was exciting. 2024 isn't a great year for WMMA. It's been a good year. It's been a really good year. I mean, look at all these knockouts and finishes we got. It's been a good year. It's actually been a great year for the sport. I mean, got a lot of fights being made. We had Manon Aaron fight. That was good. She's next up for the belt. Had a lot of good flyweight fights. Korean Silva's on the come up. Natalia Silva's on the come up. Shoot, 2024 has been good, man. All these other knockouts that's been happening too. Shoot. Head kicks. Girls getting choked out. Shoot. I've been do a highlight reel on this. It's been a good year. 2024. Shoot. We talking about that. What was that year we got Carla and Rose? That rematch. No way. And yeah, you got Verna fighting this year. Verna, all of these main events these women been getting to. Verna. Yeah, because Aaron and Manon was a main event. Then you had Verna and Lemos was a main event. Verna coming in, getting her wins. Yeah, it's been a good year. I mean, unfortunately, Weili had, where Weili fought Jan, her fight was good. There was a lot of good. There's been a lot of main events this year too for women. There's a lot of main events for WMMA. Every woman, I think, in the top 5 of the flyweights have been fighting main events now. I think Natalia Silva about to get most of them things too. She gonna get some of those too. Raquel versus Josh said Rocky versus Mayra Bueno Silva. Yeah, that already happened, right? That happened for the belt. Rocky and Mayra Bueno Silva fought. I picked Rocky in that fight. Yeah, Rocky won that. Do you mean a rematch? Yeah, Macy Barber be headlining. Everybody said Nor Canole. Yeah, Cavalcanti. Yeah, that's in a couple weeks, right? Who do you see coming out on top? You said I want to see Nora to win, but I don't see her outstriking Cavalcanti for some reason. Yeah, we'll see how far Nora's come since their rematch. I'm gonna go with Cavalcanti. You know me, I'm kind of high on what I've been seeing with her striking and her style. I think Nora Cornell can push a fight, but that might be her downfall in there. I think Cavalcanti's just her overall movement just been getting better since they fought before. I think she's gotten better with her kicks and combinations. Good striking, man. I'm ready to see Cavalcanti fight like a grappler though. I want to see her be forced to have to fight on the ground. High Five said, I think Dakota versus in the finals will snatch the fight of the year. Versus Tyler. Yeah, Whaley only been fighting like once, man. Like I know when Joanna had that belt, Joanna was racking her 5 up. She did rack her 5 title defenses up. But that's the thing, they keep making other fights. Like they could have lined up Verna, they could have lined up Tatiana. Probably should have just go ahead and gave Tatiana to Whaley, make that fight happen. Because I was already I ain't gonna lie, I was already kind of switching my gears for that fight. I wasn't thinking about title eliminator anymore. I was thinking of Tatiana and Whaley. I was going to do a video talking about it, because at this point I was like, okay, December's coming. They're going to give Suarez the shot. I was already kind of getting the taste for it, but now we go back. Well, got to wait till next year. Let's just hope that this fight doesn't bring about any serious injuries for Suarez too, I just hope that don't happen. Yeah. But other than that, yeah, I've been loving what's been going on this year as far as, just the different levels of the game. A lot of good fights. So the fact that Cavalcanti is nearly a decade younger than Cornell, she's still so young. Yeah, I like Cornell though. I mean, I like her style. Man, she put my girl Dixon out with a body shot though. Man, I was like, what? I was picking Dixon in that fight, man. Melissa Dixon. James said, do you think Whaley fights the winner around March? Give the winner a quick turnaround for Whaley or wait till summer? I think it depends on how the fight goes. As long as there's no injuries, they might try for a spring return. Because what she fight in April of last year? Yeah, they might try to come back from March or April. It might be a quick turnaround for the Contender. I still don't understand how they ain't had Whaley headlining something up in like, headlining in China yet. Like, why are they avoiding that? Like, when's the next China card? Like, when's the next China card that's coming up? Pay-per-view or fight night? Like, why are they not setting up like a pay-per-view at the end of this year with her? And just go ahead and do her and Suarez over there. Tiago said Whaley needs to be more active. Yeah, I would love to see her fight at least twice a year. But then when you look kind of like at what's going on at the bottom, it's like, who else can she fight? Like when you kind of look at what's going on at the bottom of the division, everybody below her. You might say I like Cavalcanti, but Nora and I share the same birthday, not year. In addition to being French, therefore I can't help but root for her. Oh, okay, there you go. Hey. It's like if you feel it get beat, you feel it too, since y'all on that same born day. Hey, I share a birthday with Marvin Hagler. We're not in the same year, of course. Rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. We were born the same day. Josh said Whaley cleaned out the division except Tatiana. Yeah, once you look at the division, like the way the calendar might seem kind of stingy, but she has fought and defended against these people, Andrade, Yan, and so on, Yeah, instead of fighting both, they about to eliminate one of them. Yeah, I told you, my mind frame was just go ahead and see Tatiana fight. I was just ready to see that. Lolita said I was in love with Marvin Hagler. Yeah, Marvin Hagler was in great shape. I know my mom used to say he was in great shape too, man. Like he really took care of himself, like his body and everything. Paul said we finally got Fatima this year. Yep, got a second fight with Knutson, Danny Mack. Yep, Pooja, new girls from Contender Series. Good stuff. Good stuff coming from the new girls this year. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Dubin, Kalari, Wayne Cone. Shoot, Knutson though. Yeah, I'm ready to see Knutson come back. Who is Knutson fighting, Paul? I keep forgetting. Who I got to do a strawweight live, cover some updates on who's fighting and who already fought. But who is Knutson fight? I keep forgetting. Because did she beat Polostri already? Yeah, she beat Polostri, right? Oh, yeah. She's gonna fight Pietro Rodriguez now. That's right. Yeah, I got Josephine Knutson in that fight. Yeah. Danny Mack's still waiting on her contract, ain't she? I know Danny Mack, when she comes back, she wants to move down to 115. So if they do that, her and Fatima need to fight. That was something I wanted to see in Invicta. Yeah, I wanted to see that fight. Whenever Danny won the belt, I wanted to see Fatima fight her. Yeah, rest in peace, Marvin Hagler. Yeah, he was one of the tough ones, man. Tough middleweight. James Whaley defended against Rose. Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, man. Yeah, Whaley is a star. I mean, yeah, we can't knock that. I mean, in Asia, yeah, she definitely a star with her. Paul said, "Ooh, Fatima would smoke her. Danny too hittable, and Fatima's dangerous on the ground." Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's not why I wanted to see the fight, but me being a Fatima fan, I wanted to see a highlight reel finish on Fatima's record. But I like Danny. Don't get me wrong, I like Danny. I just knew that would have been a good fight. They just didn't make it there, but I was like, yeah, I wanted to see that one. Mm. But yeah, I think we got a lot of good stuff coming up. No fight card this weekend. No fight card this weekend. So maybe if I do a live on Friday, I'm off. I watch the Invicta fights, but maybe just do a little link in type show, or see if BJ's doing anything. Try to do a link show with him on Friday, maybe on his channel or whatever. But yeah, maybe do something like that Friday, because I'm pressed for time right now. But I still want to hear. I still need to hear James's take now. So I haven't had time yesterday because I had a thing all scheduled out today and yesterday. But I'm gonna have to do maybe like an open link thing on Friday. Drill said, I know you already talked about Valentina, and hold on, let me see. I know you already talked about Val and making fight my name is susceptible to a straight job. I looked at her previous Kayla Rose and some of her other opportunities. Whaley has, oh, hold on. Let me see. Jenna Bishop, the fighter. Yeah, of course, the fighter. I mean, Jenna Bishop. Jenna Bishop, she gave Tyler a pretty good fight though. She did. I can't lie. She gave Tyler a good fight. She did give Tyler a good fight. But I knew going into that Dakota fight, it was going to be another beast. It was going to be beast. Drill said basically her head stays on the line, same line. She has terrible head movement. Who are y'all talking about? Who had terrible head movement? We talking about Wei Lee. Yeah, Manon doesn't have like, she's not really like a natural boxer. Yes, she doesn't have the best head movement. I'll definitely say that. Like, she's more in and out. And I think that will be a big part. I've been watching her train now. She has been boxing more, working on her boxing. So I think, yeah, head movement is definitely going to be an important part, especially when you fight in Valentina. When you're that tall and, you keep your head straight up, it's going to be critical, that keep them hands up, take your head off the line when you throw jabs and so on. But at the same time, don't dip too low to eat a kick because Valentina can throw kicks from angles, going from the body to the head. So head movement, yeah, is definitely a thing, coming from that karate background, It's something, you have to flow with a lot of boxing training, not just basic, karate, kickboxing, in and out style. Yeah, RC said probably probably because Mano's too big, her footwork looks kind of stiff. Yeah, I think even just bending from the knees would probably be better. Like that's something I always learn too. Like with head movement, just simple bends that can take your head off the line. I see them working on flexibility a lot. Doing a lot of training like that on balance and coordination. So a lot of that, maybe that'll help come into play to help that that stiffness. But I think it'll be a good fight. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think we got a new set of challengers for Valentina now that she's won the belt. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be a little bit different, man. Yeah. But on that note, yeah, Chikagan is I won't really say Chikagan is slow, but Chikagan's got good timing. Chikagan is awkward, and she is like a awkward boxer. Like that's the one thing I like about Chikagan's style, man. Like Chikagan is like frustrating these people with no power. She's frustrating these girls with no power, and she can just touch you all day. I think the game plan will be different against Valentina. Like you can't take her shots like that. It's gonna be different. You know, every fight's gonna have to have its own plan and approach. Of course, weaknesses have to be worked on. You know, but yeah, that's the fight to see. I think it's gonna be a good fight. I think if they work on there, it don't work so her timing, and works out some of those kinks, don't leave herself open. That's going to force Valentina to try to have to close the distance. And if she can stop takedowns, it'll be interesting, man. Yeah. Yeah, but we back on it now, and new. So, and I'm not trying to rub it into people. I'm just saying, Valentina did it, like I, not as like a fanboy, which I'm not. I just felt like, talent wise, I had to ride with her because I feel like so many people counted her out or were just ready to say like she's shot or she's done. But I was like, I don't see that, man. I was just like, Valentina's not that type of person. I was like, I know everybody has their downtime and they have a rough period, but I was like, I think Valentina, she'll figure this out. I might take the third time, but she'll figure it out. I I just didn't see her like falling off like that. Everybody thought she was just done and shot. She ain't seen it before. Ain't nobody presented that type of test. Respect the Grasso for bringing the heat the first time and even the second time. But well, honestly, second fight, I said Valentina won, but you know, we know how that went. But this time, she did what she had to do. She closed in. She shut her out completely. Good game on her, but we'll see what the future holds, what she brings forward from here, and yeah, just go from here. Let's see if she can become dominant again. But on that note, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here. Been a good show, good conversation. Hit that like on your way out. For some of y'all new people, you know, subscribe. You know, just come over here, talk some women's mixed martial arts with y'all, and have fun doing it. So yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Like I said, we'll try to maybe get on Friday, see what's going on, and maybe do a little open link if BJ is or if James is feeling like he still needs to boast a little bit and brag. But I got to make him wait now, because see, if he watched the fight on Saturday, he could have got it. He could have got his link then. You know, you watched the fight on Saturday. You were talking, James, and you ain't even watched the fight yet. I'm just saying, man. Talking about, oh, she won. I ain't even watched the fight. What is that, man? You can't brag until you see the fight. You know? Oh, man. All right, yeah. Good night, everybody. And catch you on the next one. Peace.